Hello and good evening, everyone. Kyle Ryman here for Soaring Weather, here to give you your daily live weather discussion for this Thursday, August 13th, 2020. While we've had some showers in and out of the state all throughout the day today, it'll probably linger around just for a few days. We'll talk about what we're going to expect over the next few days. And we're also going to talk about the tropics, which are starting to heat up with the latest Tropical Storm Josephine, as well as another additional area that the National Hurricane Center is looking out for. So as we look at conditions across the state right now, things are quite cool outside, and it's nice and beautiful if you like to see temperatures in the 70s. So right now, temperatures across the state are in the 70s, especially in northwest New Jersey, where we're seeing temperatures dropping down into the upper 60s right now. It'll probably get a lot more cooler as the night progresses, so we're probably looking at nighttime lows between the mid 60s to upper 70s. So it's going to be nice and comfortable tonight, getting some relief from the heat we've seen the past few days. And again, that northeast portion of New Jersey, some temperatures are still straggling into the lower 80s right now, but that will drop as soon as the sun sets and things will cool down overnight tonight. As we look at wind speeds across the state, things are quite quiet and calm overall. Not much going on in terms of wind speed. Light breeze across the state. The highest I see is 4-6 miles an hour. So very quiet in terms of wind conditions. It's cooling down tonight, and it's going to be a very quiet one for tonight. Even though it is going to be quiet, there is a flash flood watch issued for much of central and southern New Jersey, and that's going to end tonight. So there's still a chance of pop-up showers here and there that could straggle around and stay in place for tonight. As you look at this flash flood watch, just to see what time it ends. So it doesn't look like it gives a specific... Oh, right, here we go. Midnight tonight is when that flash flood watch is going to be in effect until. So that was mainly for during the day today when we had those pop-up showers and thunderstorms. So there won't really be that much to worry about for tonight. As we look at current satellite right now, not that much clouds over New Jersey, although some few upper clouds are moving out of South New Jersey right now. We'll change this a little bit. So you should be able to just see it. So we have some upper level clouds currently moving out of the area, so some areas of New Jersey are seeing partly cloudy skies, while much of North Jersey is quiet and clear for the next few hours. And I'm not sure if you saw this on the first satellite image that I showed you. There's this little bit of disturbed weather along the Carolinas coast, and that leads us into our next topic of discussion for tonight, and that is the National Hurricane Center is watching a new area of development just off the coast of North Carolina over the next few days. Initially, it wasn't supposed to really develop into anything, giving a 10 to 20% chance of developing into something, but now the Hurricane Center is upping that percentage for the next 5 days to 40%. So we could see this become a tropical depression over the next few days as it acquires tropical characteristics as it moves over some pretty warm sea surface temperatures over this area of the Atlantic. And in addition, we have Tropical Storm Josephine, which was just declared later today. If you'd seen my post, it is going to peak at a strong tropical storm in the coming days for this weekend. But here again, it is going to weaken as the days progress as we move into next week. And that's because there's a lot of wind shear in that area, and dry air is really helping much for development for Josephine. But regardless of how strong it's going to be turning, making a sharp turn to the north towards Bermuda over the next few days, and then eventually heading out to sea. And that's because of that Azores Bermuda high is steering that away from the east coast. So Josephine will not be making any U.S. Impacts, but a watchful eye should remain on it over the next few days. Even if it doesn't go towards the U.S., it could survive this area of hostile conditions over the Atlantic. As we look at our satellite and radar right now over Josephine, actually we're going to pull that tab back up because I want to talk about something in just a second. We're going to stop this loop and zoom in on Josephine just to get a better picture of what's going on here right now. So we're going to update that and zoom in. And so right now Josephine has some pretty impressive convection going on right now. It's a tiny tropical storm in terms of how big usually tropical cyclones get, but it is developed enough to be called a tropical storm. Here's that center of rotation within this area of convection. You can see that rotation as well right now, and then a little bit of another area of convection or thunderstorm activity blooming up to the southwest of the center. So Josephine looking a little healthy right now, but won't give it too high hopes over the next few days. And then going back to the tropics, just to look at the rest of it, I'm going to go back to our satellite. So here again is our little invest that we're going to be watching out for over the next few days. Even though it's centered over the Carolina coast, much of the activity is along the South Carolina coast. So we're going to have to watch this area as it develops a low pressure center over the next few days and see if it does become the next tropical storm or just tropical depression for the season. If it does become a tropical storm, it would follow the naming scheme and take the name Kyle, ironically, for its lifespan. So I'm going to be watching that area for the next few days. And then another thing I want to show you all is the Eastern Pacific hurricane activity that's going on right now. Because basically what it is the more activity you have in the Atlantic, the less you'd have in the Eastern Pacific, and then vice versa. So right now, things are quite active in the Eastern Pacific right now. We have Tropical Depression 10E out west, and then 2 areas of development that are going to develop in the next few hours. So very high chances for these areas. So just to show you where all of the activity is right now, it's in the Eastern Pacific right now. And there's also a few other ones in the Western Pacific as well, but we won't really talk about that much since it really doesn't apply to us here in the States. So as we look at things with Tropical Storm Josephine over the next few days, models aren't really favorable for it over the next few days. The European still has it fading out within the weekend, and then the GFS model is the only one that's really keeping it alive and together over these hostile waters and unfavorable conditions. But here you can even see with the trend of these models is that it makes a very sharp turn to the north away from the U.S. So even if it does survive and remain intact in these unfair conditions, it's going to turn very far to the northeast looking at next week. So nothing to really worry about for Josephine. Nothing for the area of development for along the Carolinas right now, but over the next few hours, models will pick up on that and we'll be able to see that better. As we take a look at things in finer detail, so here's our Tropical Storm Josephine in this red dot. I'm going to actually, no, I won't do that. So what we're looking at over the next few days, again, Tropical Storm Josephine going to continue moving west-northwest, and then eventually meet up with some unfavorable conditions, and then make a sharp turn to the northeast. And then as we look at our area of development right now, we go to today, current time. So here's our area right now along the Carolina coast. That's going to quickly move out to sea along with our cold front that we've been watching over the past few days. That is slowly dragging itself out and southeast. So again, we'll have to watch this area of development over the next few days, see if it acquires any tropical characteristics. Things are favorable for it over the next 5 days as it moves over very warm sea surface temperatures. And we'll take a look at that really quickly just to show you how warm it is right now over that part of the Atlantic. So we'll go to our analysis tools and go to sea surface temperatures. So right here along the Atlantic, here's the Carolinas where that area of development is, and just in its track is very warmer than usual waters and sea surface temperatures. So if it does develop into anything, it's going to develop pretty quickly just because it's very quiet and warm over there, so it can kind of simmer and do its thing and develop. So that's our tropics for the future. Now as we talk about weather here in our area, we still have that cold front that's still kind of lagging and dragging itself just to the south. And here's our stationary front / cold front that we're watching right now. Throughout the day today, it's kind of just slowly moved southeast, and it's eventually going to push itself out over the next few days, but it's going to leave us with chances of showers and thunderstorms at the most for tomorrow and for the rest of the weekend. So as we take a look at things over the next few days, we're going to look at the European, and we're going to change things with this model. We're going to go over our area. Still popping up vorticity for some reason. Alright, here we go. So this is the 500 millibar geopotential height, and that's good for looking at how the atmosphere is behaving in terms of where there are troughs or ridges, or in lamest terms, low pressure areas and high pressure areas in the atmosphere. So as we go to right now, it won't really show up on this model because it's a weak low pressure, but the low pressure is centered over parts of Maine, actually farther north, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Canada. So we have this cold front stretching down from Nova Scotia out into the Atlantic and then over central New Jersey right now. So as we go for the next few days, we're going to see that low pressure and that cold front eventually push out. And actually, here's our area of development right here. That's we're gonna have to watch out for in this blue just off the coast of Maine. That could bring some rain for that part of the Northeast, but really not going to affect us here in New Jersey and the New York City metropolitan area. But over the next few days, high pressure is going to build up to the north, and we're going to have this really big trough sweep down looking at the 17th, and not good with days. So that's this coming Monday. So we're going to be seeing some activity on the 17th through the 18th as that trough swings down and high pressure attempts to build up right behind it over the next few days. And what that looks like on precipitation, we're going to go to a final model. We're going to actually reset this real quick and go to the NAM. So for those who don't know, the NAM is a model that's good at looking at medium-sized details within the atmosphere and features that bigger models can't really pick up on, and then smaller models will probably highlight that a little bit more. So we're going to go to the northeast as opposed to New Jersey, and what we're going to look at is precipitation over the next few days. And that'll be better highlighted by the simulated radar. While it's not really a good thing to rely your forecast on this model, it gives you a general idea of what to expect over the next few days and the general pattern in terms of weather. So as you look over the next few days, there's still going to be some scattered showers in parts of South Jersey for tomorrow going into, I should say tonight going into tomorrow. As that cold front, stationary front, begins to move out, some chances of showers are going to remain over the state and across the region for the next few days. And then, as you see on radar, you can actually see that little area of development from the Carolinas that we were watching just to the southeast of New Jersey. So it's going to probably just bring us some rough surf here along the Jersey Shore and nothing more than that. But looking further, what we're going to be looking for is a little bit of a break from the weather and the rain we've been seeing at least for the 15th, so Saturday going into Sunday, and then again we're looking at more rain in store for next week. Can't really see that on this one, so we're going to actually go a little bit further out. We're going to go to the European model just to show you guys what we're expecting for Monday. So we're going to go to the U.S. Actually, we're going to go out a little closer on our area. We're going to go to the northeast. So we're going to look at precipitation real quick. Alright. If I can get it to load. Alright. So we're looking at 8 p.m. the 13th. So here's right now. Again, these these global models are good at looking at general patterns, and they're not really good for weeding out smaller features within the atmosphere. So you should take this with a grain of salt over the next few days with this outlook. So as we look over the next few days, Saturday we're going to get a little bit of a break from the rain, and then looking into Sunday, Monday, we have that trough come through, bringing us some rain for the start of the week. And then looking after that, looks like things will be a little bit quieter until our next system comes into our area. And as we look at the Weather Prediction Center and see what they're saying in terms of the next few days, here's our low pressure stationary front setup that's going on right now. So scattered showers are going to be expected for the next few days. They're actually highlighting a chance for severe weather over this area for the next few days. And while I can't really say it's going to be a big severe weather threat, there is a threat nonetheless for thunderstorms for Friday going into Saturday. So Saturday it'll clear up, we'll get a little bit of a break, and then Sunday our next system, and it looks like it's going to be setting up as a cold front. That's going to be sweeping into our area going into Monday and Tuesday. So we're going to take a look at that in finer detail as the days dwindle down for the weekend, and we'll take a look at the severe weather threat by the Storm Prediction Center as well while we're here. So right now, again, we were looking at this yesterday. Storm Prediction Center has highlighted a light thunderstorm risk for our area, and it looks like that risk is going to persist for Friday, so tomorrow into Saturday. It kind of dwindles down on Saturday. We get that little bit of break. Some parts of extreme South New Jersey could see some thunderstorms throughout the day, just pop-up ones, very small at most. So that's what we're looking at over the next few days and for this weekend. Take a look at things much further than next week. The Climate Prediction Center has issued its forecast for the next 6 to 10 days, and that gives us an idea of general patterns that are going to be over our area. And right now, they are issuing, we're going to go on this image real quick and make this bigger, and that in another tab. So here's the deal with the Climate Prediction Center. They're saying a pattern change is going to be setting up over the next 6 to 10 days. So below average temperatures are very likely for parts of the southeast and the Midwest. And then for our area, we're going to get a little bit of a break from the heat, but we're in that light orange, so a very small chance of above average temperatures. So basically what we've been seeing for the past few days. But it could be significantly cooler as well. Again, these are just probabilities of temperatures, whether they'll be above average or below average. So it looks like we're probably on the near average, so we're going to be seeing slightly cooler temperatures than the past few days. So that's all we have for tonight's live weather discussion. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for our next live weather discussion. We'll talk more about Tropical Storm Josephine, and then a little bit of development that's currently off the east coast of North Carolina. So I'm going to wrap that up here for tonight. Again, make sure to be safe, be healthy, and have a good night, everyone. Be safe.